Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, people who are present as well as people who will see the recording since they are not here right now with us. Fantastic. Good to see at least some of the introductions have already arrived in the group. We'll wait for the others to wake up on the Sunday morning, get to look at their WhatsApp and then probably respond to it. So that's how it is going to be. So first day, so we are more in a relaxed mode, but the coming 7 days. Every morning, the assignment, the challenge will drop in the mailbox, in the WhatsApp group, and you start working on it as soon as you can get to it. Later in the day, we'll open the group for posting the responses. Otherwise, we'll keep the group closed most of the times. Definitely, we'll keep it closed in the morning, uh, and we'll discourage any other messages. No good mornings, no sharing of some inspirational content. We all are highly inspirational. We have received a lot of inspiration, and most of us are in a stage where we can inspire others. So we don't need an extra dose of inspiration from this WhatsApp group. We have plenty of others where unfiltered, unstoppable inspiration is always pouring. So we'll try to keep this group focused on the one objective that we have for this group, which is becoming a rockstar manager. Uh, the concept of the rockstar manager itself, when you first read about it, I don't know whether it was my post that you read about it first or have you read about it before, you would have some idea, some image of a rockstar manager. The attempt here is to one, make that image clear in your mind, to make that image relevant to you. It should be something where you're not seeing a random rockstar manager or a random person in the rockstar image. What you should be seeing is yourself in the rockstar image. What would be that image of yourself as a rockstar manager? That's what should be clear by the end of this challenge. This challenge also aims to begin that journey, to start the journey of becoming a rockstar manager. Maybe you are already on to that journey. So it will be a bit of course correction, a bit of clarifying the image. So a bit of clarity, a bit of course correction, and that's how we will proceed with this. The challenge will go through these 8 days, Sunday to Sunday. Just like today, we will be meeting once again next Sunday for our concluding session. In between, the entire challenge will be run on WhatsApp. I've said every morning the challenge will be thrown into the ring, and then later in the day, the chat will be enabled so that you can share your responses. Okay, so welcome to the Rockstar Manager Challenge. I am success coach Hemant Jain. I've been a management consultant for 20 years, worked in Switzerland, Malaysia, Kuwait, Qatar, Dubai, China, of course, India, and a couple of other countries. Uh, Various large organizations, leading organizations I've worked with, and it was pretty much almost always in the role of a change manager. As a change manager, I worked on the people side of change, and with that, it came naturally to me that I get into coaching because, again, it works with people and people who are looking for a change, actively seeking change. In the 2 decades, I was managing change for people who are not really looking for the change. The change was created by the management, decided by the management, and everybody else were at the receiving end. Now, for me, the audience at least are those people who want the change to happen, who are actively seeking it and need some help with making that transition. So that's where I come in. I work with individuals, I work with corporate teams, I also work with small and medium sized enterprises, helping them transition through the change to and create their growth trajectory. So, well, that's about me. I've already said I've been, I mean, I introduced myself as the success coach, but yes, I'm also called as the uncomfortable coach, the clarity coach, and of course, the filmy coach. Why those? Because the uncomfortable coach, I help people step out of their comfort zone, land into the discomfort zone, make them uncomfortable, make them comfortable with their discomfort. And that's where we start charting the path to success, path towards growth, towards the dreams and desires and the wants that you have. So that's where the uncomfortable coach name came by, and I use a lot of movie references when I am talking, uh, either in my coaching sessions or in my public speaking talks, etc. So the filmy coach came in. And clarity coach, yes, another byproduct of the entire coaching journey is getting clarity in life. What you want, how are you going to get it exactly, and where is the meaning of life. With that kind of clarity that people get, the name came by as the clarity coach. Well, so that's all about me. Your introductions, we are anyway continuing in two ways. One is the introduction sheet, which I have sent to all of you in the WhatsApp group. Please fill it up and send it to me. There is information in there which you might not want to relieve or reveal to everybody else. So I've kept that separate. And yes, introduce yourself in the group to all the fellow rock stars. Uh, I kept it open, saying that you can introduce yourself the way you want. And you would have already noticed the 4 or 5 introductions which have happened, that there are these variations in the way people introduce themselves. Some people would use their work as the basis of their introduction. Their whole introduction centers around work, while some people choose to introduce themselves with other identities. You saw Ankita introducing herself as a daughter and a mother, and then the work happened. And of course, most of the people chose text, while Ankita decided, okay, let me just go and take a quick video. Probably takes less time, less typing, and so on. And you are far more expressive when you're introducing yourself. And also, you're able to communicate your personality through the audio visual cues when you're introducing yourself. So these are small choices we make. How we introduce ourselves, what are the words we use, the medium we use to introduce, and that all makes a difference. That all makes a difference in the personal image, personal brand that you manage to create amongst other people. Right? So that was the introduction. So as I said, keep the introductions going in the session, in the WhatsApp group. I look forward to it. I also look forward to that single page PDF with your introduction and your commitment. Uh, Gentlemen and ladies, those who are not speaking, you could go on mute. Uh, will mean less disturbance. Okay, so introductions done. Ground rules are very simple. Mutual respect for each other in the WhatsApp group. We keep the WhatsApp group very clean in terms of focused on the challenges, your responses to challenges. If you have a query, please feel free to ask. You can send me a direct message or ask in the group also, not a problem. We can do both ways. And yes, in terms of the ground rules, avoid personal messages to each other. People may not appreciate you sending a message directly to them. Some may feel it's a breach of privacy. Some may not want to receive messages from like unsolicited messages. So just try and avoid that unless you know that person already and you are meeting here. Hey, hi, long time no see, and we here in a random WhatsApp group. Okay. If you do receive any messages, inappropriate messages, or somebody is trying to pitch you business by taking contacts from this group, let me know and we can promptly remove that person from the group and you can definitely block that person. Also inform other members in the group that beware of these messages. So just a bit of WhatsApp group hygiene we maintain and all is well. The other ground rule in terms of ground rules is very simple. Show up every day for the assignments, for the challenge. The WhatsApp challenges will appear in the group every morning. You don't really have to show up on a Zoom, but show up in that group. Catch hold of that assignment as soon as the challenge, as soon as it is there, and start thinking about it. As and when you get time, start writing the responses, take a picture, scan it, and send it in the group for everybody to see. And that's important. When everybody is posting their responses, read your response, of course, but read other people's response also. The reason uh, the challenge model in this way works better than any other way is because you are not only seeing your responses, but you are also getting exposed to how other people think, how other people dream, how other people define their ambition, what are the reasons other people have for joining the Rockstar Challenge. It will help you expand your horizon of thinking and also refine your own thinking. You might want to give your own responses a second chance after reading responses from other people. It's going to be a continuous learning journey. So learn not only from the introspection that you are going to do, but learn from every other person in the group. Okay, so that's where the commitment comes in. Of course, uh, talking about commitment, this is a story I heard a very long time ago, and probably literally in my childhood. Uh, it was a combination of a story and a joke. At that time, I took it as a joke. Over the years, I've realized it's a good story to tell. So this is the story of a small Indian village. I mean, every other year we have got the great floods happening in one or the other part of the country where entire villages get swept away. We see pictures of those in media where people are sitting on rooftops while their entire house is submerged. So this was a priest in a temple, a pujari, and he's in the temple. Uh, I forget which was it. It was a Shiv temple or a Krishna temple, but it was a temple that I remember. And he's a priest there, doing his daily duties, and the great floods happen. And the water is reaching the temple. The temple is always like there are large number of steps, and then you get into the temple, and the water is reaching the temple steps, and everybody is telling this gentleman time to leave. And he said, "No, if God wants me to be saved, he will come and save me." And people try very hard to convince him that, come, I mean, it's flooding. I mean, God will come when he comes, but you got to save yourself. Come. And he says, no, if God wants me to be saved, he will come and save me. The water level continues to rise. And now, of course, the Pujari is worried, but at the same time, he sticks on his words that I will do exactly that. I will wait. So he stays there. And water level rises, touches his knee. He's standing inside the temple, which is raised on on a height, and water is at his knees. Water levels slowly rise to his chest levels. And now he's looking around in the temple. It's a very simple, small temple, nothing out there. So he climbs on top of that small temple where the small flag, the holy flag, is there. And over a period of the next few hours, water levels continue to rise, and he is sitting on top of the temple. And then, of course, there are these army vehicles coming in to save, and he sticks to that. After some time, the helicopter rescue is happening, and he sticks to his stand that God will come and help me if he wants to be alive. Sadly, he did not allow anybody to rescue him, and he perished in the great floods. Being a pujari, being a devout, God-fearing, God-loving person all his life, he goes straight to heaven. And there he is like angry. Of course, he's dead, so he's angry. And God welcomes him. Welcome, my child. You have lived a great life. Welcome to heaven. Seat for you reserved here. And he's like in no mood for the welcome. He's like, why did I die? With all my faith in you, I was waiting for you to rescue me. And you did not come. And I kept telling everybody that you will come and rescue me. And you did not come. People will lose faith in you. Like I am losing faith in you. And God said, but I did come. Those people who came and asked you to leave the temple, that was me. The boat the vehicle, the chopper, the helicopter. I was every time there, extending my hand towards you, asking you to leave. You just did not leave. You were waiting me to appear in a certain form without you taking a single step forward. That's now how it works. I mean, God helps those who helps themselves. You had to take the first step. So, great story. Of course, when I read it for the first time, it almost sounded like a joke. God was playing on him. But over the years, of course, we first become intelligent and then we get wise. Some wisdom comes in and we begin to see things, the same things, in a different light. So for me, that is where your commitment to yourself comes in. There are resources all around you. There are teachers all around you. There are coaches all around you. There's a lot of gyan coming at you from all around in WhatsApp, Instagram, of course, now LinkedIn also. There's a lot of it coming your way. How much are you able to absorb, assimilate, and then put into practical use? Reading 100 books is great, but if you're not practicing even a single thing from any of the books, it's completely useless. Knowledge without practical use is it's just absolutely useless. I mean, there's no other way to put it. That's how it is. So your commitment to yourself is going to be extremely important when it comes to this whole challenge. Every day the challenges will be there. I can't push you and I can't do more than that in terms of making a difference to you. Right? I can't be sending you individual messages. Sandesh, have you done the assignment? Saurabh, have you done the assignment? Ankita, have you done the assignment? Have you taken on the challenge? No. I'll post a few messages. I'll declare the room open, and then the responses will keep coming in. So anybody who has worked in the corporate sector, corporate settings, would go through annual appraisal, and then they would be hit by the bell curve, the unfortunate bell curve. Right? We hate the bell curve because we feel that because of the bell curve, we did not get a good rating. But somebody did get that good rating, right? There is 10% people in the team who get fantastic rating, the 5% in the team who get absolutely superlative rating. And you will find the bell curve working in our WhatsApp group also. With 50 plus members, and I'm sure a few latecomers will keep joining in the coming days. You might recommend this challenge to somebody and they would join in. They are welcome to join in even on day 2 or today evening also. You will find the bell curve at work. As soon as the assignment, the challenge is posted, you will find the set of 5 to 10 people whose responses come first. And it's quality response, not like, oh, seen the assignment, I'm in a race to do it, let me just post something. No, they'll do a good job at those responses and they'll send in their responses first because they have very seriously taken charge of their own development. Someone else who's taking it lightly will take it lightly. Someone else who's busy will be busy. For them, the challenge will be as to what part of the day do I find time and I submit the response. So a late arrival is not a problem as long as you have arrived. You have just found an appropriate time during the day and you are putting in your responses. But those people, even if they are late, they will be consistently there all 8 days. Their assignments will be there in the group all 8 days. Right? Even if it comes 12 o'clock in the night, they'll make it happen. It's ultimately a matter of your own commitment. So nobody is going to come and handhold you to success. You will have to trace your own path. The tools will be provided. The guidance will be there. But you got to put in, like, the mobile phone is with you. Unless you put in where you want to go and where you are and activate the GPS and ask Google to show you the path, it won't. Right? Similarly, so we'll give you all the tools yourself. So help yourself, right? Show up every day, complete the challenges. And there's one more thing, something about honesty and integrity. Be truthful to yourself when you are doing those challenges. There are going to be several introspective questions, right? Be extremely truthful when you are answering them. If at the end of doing that assignment, you feel that, oh my God, I can't share this with people. I don't want to share this with people. I don't want to share this side of my personality with people. Drop a message to me saying assignment done, but I would like to not share it with people. And it's perfectly fine. Right? All the assignments which are posted, I will make sure I have a look at all of them, and if possible, even give a few comments on them. If you share in my personal, like a direct message, I'll give you a direct message response to it. People who post in the group, I'll post a response in the group. I would encourage you to share in the group, because remember, it's not just your learning, others are also learning from your responses. Some of you have got very rich experience. Some of you have got diverse experience. Some of you have got experience on both sides of the table, entrepreneur as well as a corporate setting. Your experiences are valuable. Somebody else is going to learn from you. You are going to learn from somebody else. I'm going to ask questions. I'm not here to teach you anything. Right? There will hardly be any gyan you are going to get from me. The challenge is created so that you can learn from each other. Right? I'm a coach. I charge money for teaching or coaching. So I'm not going to give anything free in these days, but I can definitely create a platform where we can share and learn from each other. Okay? So that's going to be. So in full honesty and with full integrity, respond to the challenge, to the assignment. Once you are done, then you can decide whether you want to share or not share in the group or share as an individually to me. But do the assignment with full integrity. That's very important, right? And beyond the everyday challenge, there are two more things that you need to do. One, of course, is for the next 8 days. For starting today, the 8 days, you will be maintaining a journal of sorts. It could be a notebook, it could be a Word document. Preferably, make it a notebook or sheets of paper, because I would like you to respond to all the challenges and write your journal with your hand, like literally handwriting. For some of us, writing with our hand beyond 5-6 lines is literally painful because we are not used to writing. If I had to write an entire page, after half a page, my hands will start paining. While I write a lot, but if I had to like literally continuously write, my hands will start paining. But uh, take this little pain in the stride, write down your responses. Again, this is important. Typing versus writing makes a lot of difference. So the two more things, as I said, one is write a journal entry at the end of the day in terms, what did you learn? It's not what did you learn from me. I've already clarified that you're not learning anything from me during the journey, but you are learning from each other, from your own thoughts, from your introspection. Write down what you are learning. This is not to be shared in the group. If you want to, of course you can, but this is your thoughts, your learning, your completely confidential, personal reference. Welcome to share, but not required. The second is, here is something which I kind of was having in my mind for a long time, and then I announced it to the world. So I would like all the people who are part of the challenge to participate in this. This is the Creating Billion Smiles initiative. So one fine day, I decided all my life I have made people smile. So why not increase that? Why not influence other people to do the same? Simply because while everybody is making other people smile, you still find a lot of sad faces around. I've found people when they are traveling, they're just with the whole metro or the train or the buses, they're just full of very sad people looking down at their mobile phone and absolutely uh, glum atmosphere. I find the same in offices. Uh, in general, people are smiling very less. So that's where it started. Let's have people smiling. Do small things, very tiny, small things. And it could literally start with you smiling. You smile, you look at somebody and you smile, and it's infectious, it's viral. People smile back. People can't help but smile back. If they know you, they will definitely smile back. If they don't know you, chances are they will smile back or they'll start wondering what's wrong with you. Right? In either case, you smiled. So join me in this. At the end of every day, all I'm expecting you to put in the group is an approximate number of people you brought the smile to, right? Especially people you did not know. And what did you do to make those people smile? And people we know, it's very easy, like our family, spouse, children, parents, siblings, friends, colleagues. Easy to make them smile. We are with them. We know them. They know us. But people who don't know you, people who are complete strangers, people who have no way of reciprocating what you have done to them, from people from whom you have no expectations. How do you make them smile? So I leave it to you how you do it, but it would be good when you share that experience at the end of the day because it will inspire other people to do the same. In the WhatsApp group, we are about 50 people. Imagine if each one of us made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people smile in a day, the number of smiles we'll create every single day over the next 8 days. It can multiply real quick. Okay. So that's another thing. So everyday challenge, which is an assignment, smiles, counter, and of course, the journal writing. This is something which you will be doing every day for the next 8 days, starting today. Okay. Now, coming to our day one challenge, right? The introduction was not the challenge, it was just an introduction. So the challenge is still to come. And if I have to introduce you about the challenge, it's very simple. The challenge is just 4 questions. 4 questions for which you need to write the answers. No typing, write the answers. If you can take a print, I'll be sharing the worksheets with you. If you can print it, great. If you can't print it, just open a notebook, start writing the question and then the response to it, which is the answer, and we are there. Okay. So, what are those 4 questions? Very simple. The first question, you don't need to write it down because I'm going to send it out anyway. And before I look at the question, when I share the question, let me just look at the chat. If something, okay, great. Super. So the questions for the day one challenge. The first question is very simple. Why do I want to be a rockstar manager? Right? There was a thought process which made you click on the link to the WhatsApp group. You joined in with a purpose. I would like to know, why do you want to become a rockstar manager? Right? These 4 questions are spread over 2 pages. You've got half a page to write your answer. So be as descriptive as you want. And if you feel the space is less, add another sheet and write. Open your heart out, open your mind, write down why you are doing it. It's an extremely important thing. Unless you understand and clearly see your why, nothing else is going to matter. You will fade out of the challenge in a matter of 2, 3 days. If your why is not clear, if your why is clear, you will persist, you will be committed. So why do you want to be the rockstar manager? Second question is more objective, let's say. It's very simple. What is your career goal? Where do you want to be in the next 1, 3, 5, 10 years in your career path? You can choose to answer this 1, 3, 5, 10 in terms of your role, your designation, your earnings, uh, whichever way you want. Choose how you want to define your career path, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10-year timeline. Okay. That adds to the clarity of why do you want to be a rockstar manager. Great. Now comes a little bit jump into the future. So let's say you become the rockstar manager, right? We have reached a point where you, in your mind, recognize that this is the identity of the rockstar manager I have created in my mind, and I am there. I can actually call myself the rockstar manager in the full glory as I had defined it. So when you reach there, what difference will it make to your life? Personal life as well as professional life. What difference being a rockstar manager makes to your life? That's the third question. And the fourth question, what difference being a rockstar manager makes to other people's life? Again, on the personal front as well as professional front. People around you get impacted and influenced by you. So if you are the rockstar manager the way you want to be, what difference does it make to their life? These four questions are our day one challenge. It's an assignment if you call it, but I would look at it as a challenge because the answers to the questions you don't know, finding those answers and creating that clarity in your mind, that's the challenge. It's not just answering those questions, it's about creating that clarity in your mind. Hopefully, at the end of the day, you will see the reason I get the name Clarity Coach. And hopefully, I would have created some clarity in your mind with all the questions that I'm going to put forth in the challenge, with all those activities that we will do in the challenge. Great. So that's about the four things that you will be responding to. So that's the entire challenge for today. So the challenge, I'll be opening up the WhatsApp group to responses after an hour or so. Anytime during the day, you can complete the challenge, all those four questions, print and write or write directly with the question and answers in a notebook, notepad, rule sheet of paper, and then give it to us, submit it in the group. Uh, so that's all about it. The challenge of day one. Second thing was the journal entry at the end of the day. And third, of course, is the Creating Billion Smiles initiative. Let's start building up the smiles counter uh, with all of you participating in it. It's going to be a great experience for you to make people smile. And remember, every time you make other people smile, you can't help but smile. So that's every smile you create is just multiplied by 2 directly. Great. So, okay. Ankita has already put all the questions in the chat. So that's for you to read. And I'm going to anyway put it in the group also. So you can print and fill or write it in a notebook. That's all from my side for A1. Most of the things I could think of, I have said. Any questions you have got? Good time to ask. Those people who have not come on video, you can actually come on video, see each other, fellow rock stars. And yes, as part of my introduction, I've said a lot about what I do. My background also talks about the life coaching and the business coaching I do. With 20 years of my corporate experience, predominantly I work with members from the mid and senior management cadre in the corporate world. When I created the manager training program, I was started working with the manager cadre also. part of all that is also that I've created a whole manager coaching program. It's a long-term program with 20, 25 modules, different areas, skills that a manager should be aware of and continuously develop. But yeah, those are long-term programs. I will talk more about those programs at the end of our challenge. At the ESRS, you can drop off. We will be having the recording posted in the group, so you could watch the remaining at the end of the evening or something like that. Okay. So as I was saying, at the end of this 8-day challenge, I will be offering not the full year-long coaching on manager, but I'm putting together a smaller program which people can deep dive and develop some managerial uh, skills in a way that the journey towards becoming the rockstar manager can actually begin in concrete terms. These 8 days are going to be a lot of introspection and discovery for yourself in terms of where you need to develop, what you need to develop, which are the areas where you're strong, which are the areas which need attention, and so on and so forth. Then beyond the 8 days, for those who are interested, they can join in a program, thinking of a 2-month program where they can join in to start improving certain set of skills, which will come in very handy for the manager role. So yeah, more details we'll talk about at the end of this challenge. But any questions from anyone? I am happy to take now. Nikita, Saurabh, Abhilash, Pankaj, Sandesh, Sangeeta.
So, can you please give us some of the brief that earlier you conducted such programs, and how was the experience of the people who got gone through this process?
So I have done similar programs, but not the same program. So the Rockstar Manager Challenge is happening for the first time. I have done Take Charge Challenge. I have done other series of programs. Uh, Experiences of people has been absolutely amazing. But that wouldn't mean a thing for you. Each one comes with a different mindset, different thought process, different expectation. So individual experiences will always vary. My role is to provide as much as I can in these 8 days. How much you extract from it, your experience will be very, very individualistic in terms of how much you have committed to it, how much introspection you have done, how much have you spent time after doing the challenge on what you have written. So once you have written and submitted, when you read it again, you get further insights. And when you read it again after that, you get even deeper insights. So some people have had some amazing breakthroughs. Some people have like, yeah, it was good. So I learned some new things, and that was about it. So the responses are always mixed, but thankfully, never had a bad review to my programs. So that's good. Yes. Any other question?
Again, this coaching field is flourishing. Okay, I see a lot of coach available onto the LinkedIn. Okay,
Everywhere.
so can you okay? So can you please talk about what maybe qualification or maybe what coaching you took before entering into this coaching domain? There are many people who do the CFP. There are so many certification available, but I would like to know from which coach you learn a lot, and then you're trying to pass on that knowledge to us.
Right. So short answer, I've learned coaching from one particular company, institute, person, but that's not the whole of it. That's probably 10% of what I've learned. The other 90% comes from 20 years of my work experience working as a change manager, working with leadership teams. So as a change manager, I would work with the CXO levels, mid management, senior management to create the change, formulate the change, and then translate it for people right across the entire hierarchy. So I would be talking to right from chairman to chaprasi, because the change I would be part of would impact everybody. But my interaction with the senior side of the pyramid would be greater. So that all has helped me put my coaching programs together. In terms of certifications and where can we learn from and how to go about coaching, let's have a separate conversation, because that's not relevant to this call. We'll keep that conversation separate. We can later, I mean, after the end of the challenge, we can actually get on a call and I could give you more insights on that. But yes,
Okay.
as a field, as a profession, as a side hustle, coaching is growing. People have begun to see the value a lot of them bring to the table based on their experience. And once they become a coach, the coach learning plus their own life experiences they put to use. Uh, don't think of it as do a certification, become a coach. We have got plenty of coaches out there who do that also. And my experience with them in 10 minutes, 15 minutes of a conversation, you realize that they hold the knowledge, but the application part is kind of missing, because they literally read a book, saw a few videos and became a coach. They have not been able to link that knowledge to life experiences and practical application. So some bit of experience is required of life. And this has got nothing to do with age again. You could be a young person with a lot of life experiences. Life sometimes decides to give some people a lot of experience at a younger age. So even that could work, but it's never a straightforward thing. So any other question?
Hello, Hemant. Anupama here.
Yes. Hi.
Sorry, I'm not on video because I've just been pulled out of bed to attend this Zoom call.
Sunday morning, yes.
Yes, Sunday morning. Um, of course, there are quite a few people here, and I would want to tell them, not to ask you a question actually. I had a session with Hemant. It was just about 20 minutes, and he changed the perspective of the way I look at my business. And if 20 minutes can do this to somebody as experienced entrepreneur as me, I'm almost 20 years into business. Just imagine in 8 days what he can do to us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anupama, for the vote of
Sessions and
confidence.
things can go absolutely on a different level. And that is one of the reasons that I'm in this challenge, not to learn anything, but to just get a different perspective on what I'm doing good and what I'm not doing so good. So, Hemant, looking forward to this 8 days, and I'm expecting just not transformation, but an exponential transformation from you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Anupama. Thank you very much. Yes, guys. Pankaj, Ankita, Abhilash. Sandesh, do you have any other question? You have already asked too.
No.
Okay.
There are some, but maybe during the course we can navigate through.
Sure, no problem. The WhatsApp group is there and the WhatsApp direct message is always there. You can always ask those questions, no problem. Fantastic. Thank you very much, all of you who are here in the session live with me. Others, unfortunately, will see only a recording, so they can't ask the question live like this. But great to see you all. Thank you very much. Have a great Sunday. The challenge number 1 is coming shortly in the group, but you already know what it is. So you can actually start thinking about it and be ready with it. Thank you, Sangeeta, Pankaj, Ankita, Abhilash, Anupama, Sandesh. Thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.